Not Ukraine or Iran, but a future military confrontation over Taiwan is now being described by defense experts as the conflict most likely to trigger a catastrophic nuclear war between the United States and China. A major new warning suggests America's biggest geopolitical rival could be preparing for a possible move against a key U.S. ally in Asia, even as Washington remains distracted by recent crises involving Iran and the Middle East. China's rapidly skyrocketing nuclear warhead count is now making Western governments increasingly nervous, with analysts warning that Beijing is expanding and modernizing its arsenal faster than any other nuclear power on Earth today. A leading defense think tank, the International Institute for Strategic Studies, has warned that a future U.S.-China confrontation over Taiwan could carry a serious risk of nuclear escalation if tensions continue to rise unchecked. The defense assessment further states that in a high-intensity conflict scenario, both Washington and Beijing may deliberately target each other's command, control, surveillance, and military communication networks to gain strategic advantage. The London-based IISS released this detailed strategic warning ahead of the Shangri-La Dialogue in Singapore, where global defense leaders are gathering to discuss rising security tensions in the Asia-Pacific region. The assessment was also reported by Strat News Global on May 28, amid growing international concern that the Taiwan situation could evolve into a full-scale regional war with global consequences. Analysts now suggest that a potential Taiwan conflict could become the single most dangerous flashpoint in the entire US-China rivalry, with implications that extend far beyond the Indo-Pacific region itself. The report also comes just days after Chinese President Xi Jinping reportedly issued strong warnings about potential conflict with the United States over what Beijing describes as interference in Taiwan-related affairs. An excerpt from the International Institute for Strategic Studies report stated, and I quote, "Regional states and those with strategic interests are expanding their nuclear arsenals, while non-nuclear weapon states pursue long-range conventional strike capabilities, both challenging strategic stability." A 156-page International Institute for Strategic Studies report, as reported by Strat News Global, has examined in detail how a potential war over Taiwan could unfold across multiple military and strategic dimensions. The assessment further explains that in such a conflict scenario, the United States and China would pursue fundamentally different objectives, shaped by their contrasting military doctrines and long-term geopolitical priorities. According to the report, China is expected to focus on preventing U.S. and allied forces from gaining access to Taiwan, effectively attempting to contain external intervention and maintain regional control over the crisis zone. At the same time, the U.S. strategy would be centered on strengthening Taiwan's defensive resilience, ensuring it can withstand sustained pressure while maintaining its ability to resist a potential invasion or blockade. The think tank further warns that any large-scale war over Taiwan could carry serious escalation risks, including the possibility of the conflict expanding to a nuclear level under extreme strategic pressure. The report also highlights that Taiwan holds critical strategic importance for Beijing, both in terms of national security narratives and its broader vision of regional dominance in East Asia. U.S. officials, meanwhile, have stated that China is expanding its nuclear capabilities at a faster rate than any other major global power, significantly altering long-term strategic calculations. A recent Pentagon assessment further suggested that China could potentially field up to 1,000 nuclear warheads by the year 2030 if current modernization trends continue. The Federation of American Scientists currently estimates that China possesses around 620 nuclear warheads, reflecting a steady and rapid expansion of its arsenal in recent years. However, despite this growth, Russia and the United States still maintain significantly larger active nuclear arsenals compared to China, keeping them ahead in overall deployed warhead numbers. The Shangri-La Dialogue Security Summit is scheduled to take place from May 29th to May 31st in Singapore, bringing together top defense voices from across the world at a critical moment for global security discussions. The high-profile summit is expected to gather ministers, military generals, intelligence officials, diplomats, and leading defense industry representatives, all meeting to assess rising geopolitical tensions and regional flashpoints. U.S. War Secretary Pete Hegseth is set to deliver a major address at the Shangri-La Dialogue on May 31st, a speech that is expected to focus heavily on Indo-Pacific security and China-related strategic concerns. Meanwhile, China has not yet confirmed whether its Defense Minister Dong Jun will attend the summit, leaving uncertainty over Beijing's level of direct engagement at this year's key security forum. China has significantly stepped up its military activity around Taiwan in recent months, with reports indicating increased patrols, exercises, and strategic signaling near the island's air and maritime zones. Beijing continues to firmly assert that Taiwan is an inseparable part of Chinese territory, maintaining its long-standing position despite growing international concern and opposition from regional powers. In response, Taiwan has firmly rejected China's sovereignty claims and continues to remain on high alert, closely monitoring military movements and strengthening its defensive preparedness across key areas. Rising tensions between the United States and China over Taiwan are now widely expected to dominate discussions at the upcoming Shangri-La Dialogue, where regional security will be a central focus. China's mysterious aircraft has resurfaced with new modifications as tensions over Taiwan continue to intensify. China's wing ground effect craft, often dubbed the Bohai Sea Monster, has appeared once again. The unusual platform's design suggests it is intended for extremely low-altitude flight over water. New images appear to show possible weapons hardpoints mounted beneath both wings. Those new fittings have fueled speculation that the aircraft could eventually be configured to carry weapons. Military analysts first identified the Bohai Sea Monster near the Bohai Sea in 2025. Bohai Sea Monster has a wing ground effect, or WIG, aircraft-style design. 4 turboprop engines with 3-bladed propellers. A flying boat-style hull configuration. A distinctive joined V-tail structure. Apparent underwing weapons hardpoints. Extremely low-altitude flight over water. Designed for long-range maritime or over-water operations. The aircraft's reappearance has fueled speculation that China may be preparing it for potential military operations. Fresh analysis said the craft uses 4 turboprop engines with 3-bladed propellers. That appears to rule out the jet-powered propulsion system some observers had previously suspected. Its military-style paint scheme and underwing fittings have added to speculation that China could use it for surveillance missions. Analysts say the hardpoints could potentially carry anti-ship missiles, drones, torpedoes, or sensor pods. Possible combat roles include anti-ship strike operations, maritime surveillance missions, anti-submarine warfare capability, combat search and rescue support, rapid island resupply missions, air-launched drone deployment, special forces insertion or support operations. The Bohai Sea Monster may currently be serving as a smaller demonstrator before China moves toward a larger future variant. Analysts say the aircraft shares some similarities with the US abandoned Liberty lift-to-transport concept. A bigger follow-on version could potentially carry heavier weapons and more advanced sensor systems. It may also be able to deliver longer-range payloads during military operations across Asia-Pacific waters. Militaries want WIG aircraft because it flies below many radar systems. Faster than conventional ships. Avoids naval mines and submarines. Operates without traditional runways. Suitable for island chain warfare. Efficient across vast ocean distances. China's armed sea monster now appears to join a growing list of unconventional Chinese aerospace programs.